Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm your coach Annie and I'm here to help you with your spoken English, your vocabulary and your communication skills. In today's video, we are going to learn how to introduce ourselves during an interview. Tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. This question is probably the first question that you will be asked in an interview. And so it is your only chance to make like a good first impression. You can make a very good first impression if you answer this question, which is tell me about yourself properly. And having a self introduction which is like already prepared, it will really help you because you can use the same one in other interviews as well. So let's begin. I think the key elements of having a good introduction are two. The first one is a balance between your personal and your professional details. And the second one is structure. When I say there has to be a balance between your personal and professional details, I mean that you don't want to overshare, like your interviewer does not need to know what breed your dog is, but you also don't want to, keep it so professional that you end it within 30 seconds. You also want to come off as an interesting and unique person. So there has to be a balance between your personal and professional details. And the second thing is structure. Don't just randomly say things that pop in your head about yourself. For example, you wouldn't introduce yourself as I am Annie and I like football and I'm a content writer. I'm not saying that it is wrong to say you like football in an interview, but that has to come later on, right? So there has to be a proper structure about what you will say first, what you will say second, how you will conclude. So there has to be a proper structure for the information that you want to give about yourself. The best way to structure your answer is using a timeline such as your present, past and future. So you will start off by saying the present thing, then the past thing and the future things. In the present thing, your details will be personal as well as professional. In the personal details, you will start off by saying your name and where you're from. So, I am Annie Pathare and I am from Aurangabad. Make sure that you always say your complete name. A lot of people forget this, but it is so important. So, say your complete name. That's it for your personal details, and for your professional details, you're going to mention your current job, your current position. Okay, so make sure that you say your position as well as where you work. So don't just say that currently I am working at XYZ company. No, I am working as a software developer in XYZ company or whatever your position is. And if you are not working anywhere or you have just completed your education, then you can say that I have just completed my XYZ degree from so and so college or institution. Okay, so your name, where you're from and your current, what are you currently, what do you do currently. All right, moving on, we'll go to the past timeline wherein you will talk about your previous work experience. If you have a previous work experience, this is the time where you share it. And if you are a fresher and you don't have a previous experience, you are going to say about the things that you learned during your education. You can talk about your internships, any college projects that you did. So you have to talk something about your past achievements. What were you doing? You were having your education, but that's okay. But apart from the education, what were you doing? What were your achievements, your internships, your projects, something like that you will mention if you are a fresher. If you are an experienced person, this is the time where you mention your experience. After this, if you want to share any interesting details or any hobbies, then this is the time to share it. One thing I just want to say that don't use the word hobby during an interview. Don't just say like my hobbies are so and so thing, because it sounds very boring. It is overused and it just sounds like a template. Like you have memorized a template of how to introduce yourself. So don't say the word as it is, like my hobbies are. You can say I like, I am into, I enjoy doing this, when I'm not working, I do so and so thing. Okay. And lastly, you will talk about your future plans and goals if you have any. And if you don't have a future plan or a goal, that's okay. You can just say I just want to make the best use of my skills for myself as well as this company. You can say something like that. And this is how you introduce yourself. There has to be a proper structure. There has to be a balance between your personal and professional details. I'm going to share two examples of a good self-introduction. One is an experienced person and the other one is for a fresher. So you can keep these things in mind while you prepare your introduction for your next interview. So let us look at an example of how you will introduce yourself if you are an experienced person. Hi, I'm Annie Pathare and I'm from Aurangabad. Currently, I'm a content writer at XYZ company. Prior to this, I used to work as a content writer and a social media manager at an e-commerce website. I have a bachelor's degree in international journalism and mass communication. Here, you'll mention an interesting detail if you have anything. For example, apart from this, I also have my YouTube channel related to English. You can check that out and subscribe. And currently, I just want to make the best use of my skills for myself as well as the organization that I would be working for. I think that's it about me. Now let us look at an introduction given by a fresher. I am Annie Pathare and I am from Aurangabad, Maharashtra. I am 21 years old. I have just completed my graduation in journalism and mass communication. During my course of time while studying, I learnt a lot about how the news agencies work, how the media houses work, as well as I've learnt a lot about content creation as well as marketing and broadcasting. I've also participated in a lot of college festivals, projects, as well as I've done an internship as a content writer. Apart from this, I have a huge interest in photography and photo editing. Whenever I have the time, I am editing some photos or, clicking some pictures, and that's how I usually spend my time. My goal is to make sure that I am using my potential, my skills for the right purposes and actually, making a difference or benefiting someone. And yeah, that is it about me. As you've seen, it's not difficult to prepare a self-introduction. You just have to make sure that there is a balance between your personal and professional details and you have a structure wherein you talk about yourself in terms of a timeline that is present, past and the future. I hope you've understood and the video has helped you. I have a task for you. In the comments below, using this structure and this method, I want you all to introduce yourself and I'll review your introduction for you. I'll tell you if you need to make any changes or something and you'll have a self-introduction prepared and you can use it anytime. So I hope you do that in the comments below. Just introduce yourself and I'll be very happy to review it. That was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out and don't forget to check out my other videos too based on interview skills and communication skills. I'm very sure it will help you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.